Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the
All right.
law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And what you saw in that short film at the beginning there was Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is a judge, and she is running to try and become one of the next members of the Supreme Court of the United States. This is one of the highest sort of authorities within the United States, and ultimately can, for many years, decide the direction of travel of a lot of America's laws, in terms of the interpretation of them, or the writing of them down, the striking of them out, or the backing of them up. It's a very powerful position because once you become a SCOTUS, as they're known, it's a job for life. You cannot be taken out of there by any political means. You can resign, you can retire, or you can die. But you cannot be forced out. So to be elected to the Supreme Court as a judge is an incredibly important decision to get right. And so they have hearings, and as you saw, there was a hearing there, and this particular nominee, who is favourite to get the job, is unable to define the word woman. And I think that could be quite worrying, especially if you are, as 51% of the world are, a woman. But that's not even the worst of it. Senator Ted Cruz attacked her record, and not all her record. He chose a particular part of her record, and it's definitely worth looking at, because this will also give you an idea of how the left think. Apart from admitting she cannot define what a woman is, she has a very strange attitude when it comes to the prosecution of a certain crime. And let's have a look at that.
These are the cases. There are two, U.S. versus Buttry and U.S. versus Can, for which the government did not make a recommendation. And you said earlier, when Chairman Durbin was trying to preempt this line of attack, you said it's a sickening and egregious crime, which I very much agree with. And you said the guidelines lead to extreme departures. Okay. Let's look at what the prosecutors are asking for. And I would note that this was in the District of Columbia, where prosecutors are far more liberal than many of the prosecutors in this country. And in every case in which, so United States versus Hess, there was a mandatory statutory minimum of 60 months, and you imposed 60 months because you had no discretion. In United States versus Nickerson, there was a mutual agreement of the parties to 120 months, and that's what you imposed. In every other case, United States versus Chazen, the prosecutor asked for 78 to 97 months. You imposed 28 months. 28 months is a 64% reduction. In United States versus Cooper, the prosecutor asked for 72 months. You imposed 60 months. That was a 17% reduction. In United States versus Downs, the prosecutor asked for 70 months. You imposed 60. That was a 14% reduction. In United States versus Hawkins, the prosecutor asked for 24 months. You imposed 3 months. That was an 88% reduction. In United States versus Savage, the prosecutor asked for 49 months. You imposed 37. That was a 24% reduction. In United States versus Stewart, the prosecutor asked for 97 months. You imposed 57. That was a 41% reduction. Every single case, 100% of them, when prosecutors came before you with child pornography cases, you sentenced the defenders to substantially below, not just the guidelines, which are way higher, but what the prosecutor asked for on average of these cases, 47.2% less. Now, you said you made sure the voice of the children was heard. Do you believe in a case like United States versus Hawkins, where the prosecutor asked for 24 months and you sentenced the offender to only 3 months? Do you believe the voice of the children is heard when 100% of the time you're sentencing those in possession of child pornography to far below what the prosecutor's asking for?
Yes, Senator, I do.
And she wants to be a Supreme Court judge. Can't define a woman and won't protect children. Now, she's likely to get the job because Democrats. But Ted Cruz is right to stand up to her and question her. Now, Cruz was actually, before this line of questioning happened, Cruz was shouted down by the chairman of this committee because the chairman, also a Democrat, didn't want this line of questioning. It turned out that he had to let the questioning go through, but he really didn't like it. So the question America has to ask itself is, if the future direction of travel of America's laws is in the hands of this woman, is it a wise thing? I mean, she's not stupid. We've got to accept that she's a very intelligent, capable woman. And given that we know she's a clever, capable, intelligent woman, you have to ask, why is she incapable of defining what a woman is? And why is she incapable of protecting children from abusers? I think she is a terrible choice. But that's only me. I don't get a say in it. And it doesn't directly affect me because I'm British. But indirectly, the shape of American law does often has an osmotic effect. And things that happen in America often then spread. So we know this has happened before. This is a historical thing. And I don't like the idea of having child molesters being forgiven by the courts rather than punished by the courts. So America needs to decide whether they're going to stand for it. Now, ultimately, the people of America don't get a vote on this. It is committee based. But you can certainly let your representatives know that this is an unsuitable choice. But anyway, I shall leave it there with a terrible... it's a terrible video, really, because of the content. But I think it's an important video because it does highlight the dangers, again, of left-wing politics. Can't define women and don't protect children. If you like what you hear and see on this channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications. Leave a like and leave a comment. We like comments and they help with the metrics. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.